Team Shiiiish honestly in a bit of a bind right now because DA's got them backed against the wall. Not only that, 2-0 right now for DA in this best of 5 series. Only one more to win out this entire grand finals in a clean sweep 3-0. But Team Shiiiish, they got to bring it back, right? They got to go back some way and looking to do it right now on the map of binds.
I think if there's any map they can do it on, it is definitely Bind. Andrew Shiiiish can come alive on this map, as well as the rest of his team. You know, Bind is just one of those maps where rotations can be really fast on that attacking side. But if you have that anchor on either of the sides for Shiiiish, you can kind of bait out those rotations. And if you have something like a Killjoy or something, as we saw Kevin Shiiiish play previously, and he's going to pick up yet again, it could just stall out so much time for the side of Shiiiish.
Oh, Teddy's quick on the jet. Not really surprised there. Andrew once again on a signature Sage on this map. We've seen him do these really nerdy Grim Walls before, and we love to see that. But we'll see if Doom Divine Ascension can manage to break those setups. Because last time, remember, Deja Vu, Shiiiish, they ended up winning this map 13-0 against one of their opponents in this, I mean, not really grand finals, but up in their playoff series. It's impressive to say the least. But Andrew ending 26-0. I don't think anyone can possibly forget the kind of scoreline coming out from any team, let alone this guy. I mean, that is exactly what we know him for, putting up those ridiculous numbers. And so far on this grand finals day, I don't know if it's just a bad day for him or whatever, but oh my god, don't do it to him. Well, or do it to him. Give him a map or something. I don't know, like whatever you want.
Hey, come on. If the Yoru comes out, it could be beautiful. You don't need smokes either. Why do you need smoke? Okay, they're not going for the 5 duelists, but you know, I want to see that Yoru. I don't expect it. Yeah, they're gonna switch at the last minute, but that Yoru, this is probably his best map so far until Fracture actually comes out. And this is this is a comp so far for Team Shiiiish. We saw them run it quite a few times. It works out really well for them. They, as you said, beat out their team 13-0. Now that wasn't DA, but it's still a good omen for them. And this is DA's map pick, so you expect DA to be very practiced on this map as well. I expect this to go a little bit like Icebox did. It's going to be really back and forth, but if anyone can win this one out, it can be Team Shiiiish. No duelist in their hands, but Andrew Shiiiish 26-0 previously, he basically is that duelist for the team still.
I mean, honestly, this is the test, right? And it's so weird to say how this half of this map is the test, but this is Shiiish's favored half. This is exactly where they love to start. They want to be on this defense first, rack up this rounds, but at the same time, DA, as strange as they are, prefer the attack on every single situation, and both teams pick into that in the maps in the map pick phase. So they also are starting on their favorite side. So it's like it's honestly neck and neck. There's no telling which direction this half goes, and I honestly think this half is the one that really decides it all. DA, if they take a lead, they might just run away with this. Oh. A little bit of a spot running up that long position replay. His Slash is not going to get absolutely anything, but his bullets are going to find the target, and a second headshot into Wives. 2 very, very quick kills, and they instantly shut down that long B push. Even another dink from Gen onto Winchester. Short A gets locked down as well, and Ad as well as his teammate have no idea where to go next.
Yeah, and this is the power of this defense, right? They play B-Long perfectly. They use the Sky Flash really well to try and bait something out, and they end up with 3 picks for themselves, although one was towards that A short. Last 2 people here, I mean, where can they realistically go? If they go hookah, they're just going to die to a bunch of mollies. If they go long, they have to deal with the Sova. The restack here on A site, which seems to be the decision.
Found them.
Straight in. Pings 1. That's a lot of focus right now from that player. But the shots from replay, they miss. And it's all up to the one last one. Toucan gets removed by Andrew. And starting up real well on map number 3 goes Team Shiiiish.
All right, Anton, I'm just going to say it right here. Since Andrew Shiiiish is at a 2-0 victory, or 2-0, kill count so far, Shiiiish, they're only going to lose a round when Andrew Shiiiish dies, because that means he can't go that 26-0. I'm calling it right here.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, he's on for it. That was averaging 2 kills per round, and here we go again. Grimwall up into B hookah. We've seen him do it. We've seen him fail it, but with a pistol only, if I'm... No, he does have an upgrade in the weaponry, and he goes all the way up there. He is, and unfortunately for him, It is a full A push. No one is hookah. Alarm bot out. A lot of damage. Right on top goes the Jet, and surely Kevin, come on, stay alive, man. Second player spams along. 1 HP for this Jet at the back of the site. Gets shut down, and even the wall gets blown open as well. Ad wants to go even further behind it. Bit of a surprise, but Toucan at least removes a teammate from the equation. Teleport right through for the spike, but a spot for this one player stuck inside a hookah. Or U-Haul. This could be a bit of an issue. Still fighting on this A, but they can't just leave him, can they? Winchester's going to go for this flank. They have to understand. They have to know that this guy is still on their back line. Caesar's going to walk up. No one is watching their backs right now. This could be a big disaster in a couple seconds, but the timing is not good enough for Winchester. He's going to activate very, very late. They're already on the spike, already with a tap on that bomb. Add another kill. Dings onto the last players. And Winchester is coming from the back, but they're still on it. They're still sticking, and they get it just in time, even though Gen gets the kill at the end. Winchester should be getting away with his life. Not quite. Silver at least shuts him down, but it's still 2-0. That got a bit dicey based on the timing.
All right, Anton. I might have lied, but Andrew died. And, well, they still won the round on the side of Team Shiiiiish. But, hey, they still won. They only saved 2 guns going into the next rounder. Maybe 3 so far, but definitely a good attack side on that eco from the side of DA. Now, they're going to be on rifles. They're a little bit close to some ultimates as well. Ada's actually only 3 away from that res, so a couple kills, maybe an ult orb could bode well. But they went to this B long on the first round, remember? They had such a bad start to it. Now they're heading back. This time they have better firepower, but we'll see if they can do it.
Hookah walled. That was a late one as well, so the time, that one's going to last a very, very long amount of time. That he hears, he knows, right over, he wants to jump up, but the shots, the gun is not good enough from replay, and Andrew with the judge lays down the law onto Teddy, trying to jump over, and he doesn't allow that, not even close. Very wise to even hold that gun underneath the hookah position as well. I'm not sure what prompted him to do that. Maybe expecting Teddy to get aggressive and knowing that he could not have a teammate to trade, ends up securing that frag and reinforcing this B site with absolutely everyone. Options are still open. Spike is close to TP, but Andrew still spots one, and Gen perhaps wants to get aggressive with the kill with the machine gun. Not quite. Sitting pretty, 40 seconds.
They're heading into B. They want this. They're not going to TP.
Dart. Oh, he's going to go for the challenge, but Winchester this time doesn't end up winning the fight, and Andrew takes another teammate out. Teleport comes through, and Wives is all the way towards that.
They're not here?
Did they?
Okay.
I was about to say.
So, yeah, they ended up hearing it. The call was made, and look at all that Killjoy utility just stuck outside of showers. The moment this Astra pushes through, she's going to get burned.
Oh, ding dong, and there goes the doorbell, and gets shut down.
Yeah, 3-0. Again, this is where Team Shiiiiish shine. They win out a bonus. They secure their econ. They're going to be on rifles, and they break the economy of DA. This comp is so good. I kind of want to see them play it on other maps as well. Who needs that duelist when you just have the pure stopping power of this Sage, of this Killjoy? They lock down 2 areas of the map, and then it allows the rest of the team to just put numbers on the rest.
Concealment.
Seems to be back towards this A push. 4 outside shower. Slow.
It seems like our friend. Oh, is he back? All right, well, while Anton is figuring out his internet, full push into showers so far. Every single member except for one, and that one just went down. The last 2 going to rotate over, but there's still 3 people on the site. Full Killjoy utility still outside of the showers position as they try and head back and re-hit the site.
Towards the site. They want to keep going towards it. Gen doesn't even get pinged by the drone. He's going to be able to lock down this position at the back of the site even still. Should have been spotted though. They're wary about where he's playing, but Teddy is trying to get this creep. Doesn't manage to transfer though. Way too hard of a flick for even this guy to handle. And even some wall bangs. Winchester gets shut down by 2 different players. Replay trying to recover from the teleporter, but instead he just gifts the gun away. So perhaps a bit of a present for the side of the attack. That's only 1.
30 seconds
and
left.
they're up against 4 different A site defenders. Spike in the middle of A short.
1 enemy remaining.
Perfect. Flawless. clean execution.
Yeah, look, it's just Team Sheesh. They have every single angle locked down. The Killjoy utility in showers means they don't really have to have someone
30
watching it.
seconds
They
left.
can just have someone jiggle it, and the rest of everyone's focus can just be on a short where the other two people pushed in. And when you have that sort of push into the site where it's a little bit uncoordinated, you're just going to get taken out. It was their half buy though, so DA, they're going to be able to buy into this next round. They don't really have ultimates on the board for themselves, but now it's aggression towards Hooker from Team Shiiiish.
Oh, big blind. Doesn't see anything off that though. Oh, Teddy's caught on the wall or something, but the shots, they end up landing, but they're just not enough. Winchester even gets caught out inside that Sage slow. Teddy receives a heal, but takes even more damage outside that hookah player. Dog going out knows that now there's no one here. But Sage wants to go for aggression. Wives wins that fight out and replay a trade immediately onto the Astra. No more smokes going on the attack, but who needs smokes when you can just go in, shoot them in the head, and Silver goes down. Another one, another 2 headshots.
Spike down
Great for
B.
replay. He's got every single one in the round so far, and this Jet wants nothing to do with it.
But again, Jet, Teddy going to head over towards this A short where the Killjoy utility isn't there, but everyone's already rotating from Team Shiiiish.
Above,
Yeah.
down below, right back. Wise. Genjin surely ready for this one. Oh, he's moving. He's got the D key depressed on his keyboard.
Full running, and he still hits the shot. Maybe it is just predestined for Team Shiiiish to be winning out this map. The RNG is on his side anyway, and unfortunately the ace doesn't go over towards that sky. But look at how much 4 out of 6 on replay. He's basically still at his Seekers, which he used last round at the very beginning because he got so many kills.
Well, ooh, Andrew, some fancy footwork up there. But I mean, is it gonna matter? They're gonna go right on this A. They're gonna walk into this elevated position, and they should not know he's here until that drone ends up spotting him out. So good on that Sova for being able to tag that, but Teddy not able to get the kill. Genjin wants to go right through, spam it all the way, but he gets caught out. Winchester goes in and has more than enough bullets to take him out, and Andrew back on top once more, removes Toucan from the round. Prez, even so much mayhem going on this A position. Another one brought back to life. Now it's all up to both teams, but Silver has got a pick. Kevin, another one. Silver, another headshot, but Toucan shuts him down through a wall with this Hunter's Fury. It's so weird still on this site. All of a sudden, it's still a 2 versus 2. Genjin trades another frag out, but 20 HP remaining for this player. Doesn't expect the upwards positioning from Toucan, and finally gets shut down. Divine Ascension do indeed have a round.
All right, Anton, you're going to have to help me with that one. How many ultimates were used in that round? There were 2 Sage Reses. There was a Hunter's Fury. I don't know if the Seekers were popped as well. No, they weren't. There's, I think, an Astral Wall. There was just so much chaos on the side itself in such a small area since the wall was put down. So everyone was kind of concentrated towards that A short, and it still works out for DA. Throughout all of that chaos, they finally get themselves around. But now they're heading towards this B. Andrew Shiiiish, he has that Grim Wall available. He's gotten so many kills on it before, but in B long, they're just gunning them down.
It's actually just a firing range. Silver's got targets that's peeking into him. They're like paper targets just walking one by one in lives. Very risky scenario because there's nowhere to dodge that Hunter's Fury if you're walking up this long B.
All right. A lull in the battle as everyone tries to regroup. 2 on either site for the defenders, and the attackers low health bars on one, the other 2 at full, looking to see whether or not Team Shiiiish will give them a kill, even if the number is just a little bit. But Team Shiiiish, they're holding strong. They know that if they give away a kill, it could really open the round for DA here. Heading back towards A short. There's still, again, there's 2 people watching this A short. And now the Killjoy utility is moved. It's in U-Haul. That's exactly where the rest of DA are heading.
How far up can they make it? They're not spotted by the turret, and Winchester seems to be aware of that, but he also can't play in this corner.
30 seconds left.
Donating the spike, and He's gonna creep
Walked
past.
around it.
No way. Kevin's gonna get backstabbed. He has absolutely no idea right now. Headshot straight through. Second player's up in the heaven position, and now should understand that Winchester is going for a flank. Surely not. The comms are not there. Information is not garnered, but now up in spawn, Winchester can't win another one as 2 targets to pick from and doesn't end up landing the shots on either. Andrew goes for a heal, has more than enough health to be able to take another fight, another duel. There's 2 players even. So they know that Vibes is stuck inside the shower's position, very, very low HP, 13 in fact. He has to get another lucky lineup that one of his teammates have been getting all along. Needs to find exactly what Teddy has been finding as miracles, and a body block, it's not even needed. Silver goes for the fight, gets aggressive, takes initiative, and wins out the round for their team.
Oh, it definitely got close though. 3 seconds left on the clock, and what was a 3 versus 4 after the firefight towards B long. A good heads-up play actually by Winchester. He somehow gets around the alarm bot in U-Haul to get the backstab onto Kevin, runs up, gets the kill onto Gen, and almost makes it all the way before getting shut down. 6-1. Team Shiiiiish still in the driver's seat for this one as they have the economy built up. They have that Sky Seekers in order to clear out space on a retake. And so far, DA, they just haven't gone to a site that's really worked for them. And the one round that they won, it was absolute chaos on the site. And they don't have the ultimates to make that chaos happen again.
I mean, yeah, honestly, Teddy's straight in. He wants to go right past this Killjoy utility, and it just doesn't work. They get mowed down. It is just a meat grinder in this short A position. Teleport going behind, and it's just following right behind this player that's holding the spike right now. Straight through. Vibes gets blinded, chewed up by the cabbage, in fact, and Replay gets both on that flank. 7-1 domination from Shiiiiish on Bind.
I feel like you can just see the desperation from DA as well, from Teddy. He dashes into U-Haul. He knows it's his job as a duelist to create that space, and he's been having such a hard time with it from this setup from Team Shiiiiish. They have so many different angles covered, either with a gun or either with utility, and just the jump into U-Haul, like you're not accurate when you're in the sky unless you have those knives available, and he did not. So it goes to 7-1. Team Shiiiiish, again, they just have this solid lockdown. No angle is really available for them to push. The double stack towards B long to get info. They can rotate out whenever. Look at just the sheer amount of utility in showers and A short itself. There's Astra Stars, there's Killjoy's utility. That's just going to stall enough time for the rest of the team to rotate no matter what.
Oh, did he accidentally click? I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but nonetheless, there was a drone dart that goes out, drone even, but one player missed the back of triple. Winchester doesn't even manage to catch him, and he initially dies to the turret. So much damage being done by that Killjoy utility, and Teddy has to be the one to recover, pushed up all the way close to that default position on the truck at this point, waiting for someone to push past, but Andrew already has a frag, and Gen even takes out Teddy, wins out the battle. Somehow, this is, again, another disaster for both players on Divine Ascension. One left alive as Ad, and it's about to be a flawless round for Shiiiiish, and there it goes.
Yeah, again, Shiiiiish, they're just able to cover all their angles. The Molly takes out the entry frag, and the rest of the people left from DA can't just entry by themselves. They don't have the flashes. They only have the utility in order to find out where the rest of the players are. And DA here, they've just been forest stacking over and over again, trying to make their way into sight with just sheer firepower, but they're getting stuck in the chokes. So many people in that choke point, they're going to body block each other. The spray from a Vandal can just take a bunch of players out in and of itself. I want them to tag team. I want them to go into duos, try and find a couple picks from themselves. They've proved that they're good at getting their individual gunfights. They need that in this game in order to create the openings for themselves.
Oh, Teddy's gonna get aggressive, and he wants to cut the space, but Andrew cuts him down. And it's instantly, as soon as the round begins, a 3 versus 5 for Divine Ascension. And this drone, the drone spots everyone. They know all the information. Everyone is outside hookah right now. They're going for fights through the smoke. Neither player is really reading the tracers correctly, so everyone stays alive for the time being. But Replay wants to push out behind them, and Andrew straight through the smoke again. Another headshot. Stereo kills from both the players on Team Shiiiiish. Another flawless.
Yeah, this is actually the second time that Teddy has just dashed in with died with Spike. One time towards that A short, this time towards Hookah. Both of them pretty impossible places to recover a Spike unless you kill pretty much every single person on the other team. They need to get that Spike off of him, make sure he doesn't take that and accidentally give it towards that enemy team. Now they have guns on the side of DA. I think that tag team might work a little bit better. They shouldn't use that sort of eco to define the rest of their strategies going forward, but so far they just might. Oh, this is one of the harder Grim Walls to hit as well, but he hits it, and this is such a good angle too.
I think the attack knows about it now. Yeah, he has to drop off. Not only, I mean, not of his own will, of course. He is in that vortex from the Astra.
What's good about these Grim Walls, though, is it actually makes it so the wall can't be used to stall any. It's only used for a cheeky angle, and once you push the Sage off, that wall is pretty much null and void. So far, that default setup, since they saw Andrew Shiiiiish towards A, they actually can take Hookah control here. And the last two players, the last two initiators, are just playing on the site itself. So, and with Andrew Shiiiiish going down, this B side is open.
Straight through, right? Jump. He just wants to jump. But the Cabbages actually try and fight back. So, bit of delay, just a tiny little bit. Still, though, advantage for the attack. They can just sit here as long as they want. Teddy, well, he's taking some hits there as well. But Winchester, a quick spray and transfer from both players on the B site takes it by storm. And even the spikes coming through as well. The lurk's still here.
Left.
This is not there. This round is absolutely over, Sparky.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, especially with Gen going down 1 versus 5. I mean, Kevin can go for this. Team Shiiiiish have so much money. It's 8K on each player. Like, you might as well do some sort of econ damage. Just don't use that lockdown. Don't give that cooldown away. And with Winchester just around the corner, he's going to make sure that Kevin doesn't even get the chance. DA, go up to 2. This is what they need. You know, they bled out so many rounds, only 2. They need this third because, honestly, giving your team the enemy team, excuse me, double digits is going to be so much worse than a 9-3 half.
It's honestly deja vu, isn't it? This is exactly what we saw in the previous map, except in return. Like, it's just flipped around. Script has been turned on its head, and Divine Ascension look on the back foot right now. I don't think there's any looking good for them on Bind. This is absolutely disaster, and this is exactly what we expect from Team Shiiiiish. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised of this result had we not seen the previous 2 maps. Because right now, this is not the norm. Not the norm on Bind. Winchester with the opening frag. This is what he's been doing every single round on the side of Icebox and on the second map as well. This is his nature. But that has been what has been happening on Bind. He just gets removed, deleted from the game, second spray down on a Teddy, third head spotted, and Ad now finally decides to be wise and retreat, but he's gonna run right into the arms of Silver as well, lose the spike there. 2 left alive, but they're both lurking inside that shower. No progress has been made. They have to go all the way back to collect the spike. It's only been about 50 seconds, 40 seconds, and this round is already over.
Don't count them out just yet. Everyone from Team Shiiiiish are holding strong. No one is watching the spike itself, so they could recover it. The question is, where do they go from there? Andrew and Kevin, both the Sentinels, are on the A side, so that one's pretty hard to push into. They'll be able to recon this, get the spike itself. That's going to leave them with 30 seconds. They pretty much have to head towards this B site, and the flank is already there. It's already about to activate. It's all about how fast do they go here. If they can explode onto that B site, get the spike down, and maybe catch out the flank timing, it'll be good for them. But that's a lot of asks already.
There goes a wall, and it cuts off a lot right now, but they want to jump straight through it, right into the spray down, but they actually live off of that. But this lockdown should be shut down, right? Toucan has to run for it. He has to go all the way, and he does end up shooting it down. Live's not stuck in the middle of the tube. Trying to put down some more smokes just in time, and Andrew with an op. Not the best retake weapon in the game. He does get a res out, brings Gen back from the deceased, but Wibes peeks on out and even makes it into the corner. Shock Dart's not good enough to remove him either, not even the second, and Toucan even chimes in. Divine Ascension, a wonderful, ends up being a 2 versus 3 might as well be at the end. That is absolutely insane to bring that round back.
Yeah, 2 versus 4, kind of 2 versus 5 with the res coming out as well. They play that perfectly. Everyone from Team Shiiiish, it felt like they should have just collapsed on the spike, right? It was a little bit forward positioning, but you didn't necessarily need those 2 people on A. Maybe just keep the Killjoy there with the utility. Send Andrew Shiiiish to have someone watch the spike. They made it just a little bit too easy for space to be gained on the side of Team Shiiiish, on the side of DA, excuse me. But either way, they only get 3. DA, after bleeding out so many rounds, finally find 2 towards the back end, and now they're on this defensive half. And this is where we need to see whether or not Team Shiiiish can close their games out.
Standing ahead.
Start spot. Nope, nothing. Well, sound cues of 3. Just depends on how good their headsets are to be able to call out that kind of information. But ooh, Wives! He's not spotted until that right there. Unlucky teammates didn't have his back, but he's getting shot out straight through the box and the peak. It's instant headshot in the Gen. He's still caught back here. Can't really move from this positioning, but the pistols also can't end up shooting the wall down. So the plant does commence. And it is confirmed. What? Wait, that's an enemy. That's an enemy ad. He's on your screen, jumping around. What's happening? They're actually just completely raising this spike site, retaking it by storm. A headshot on the other angle, a wall even that he needs to get over, but Andrew's got the frag right afterwards. Ad has got it as well, and Replay even lines them both up, but finally falls to Winchester, but DA still have that second pistol bind.
Yeah, DA really needed that as well, but just a recap of the last round, they push into the site on the side of Team Shiiiish. They're able to get the wall plant down. They bleed out 1 member, but at that point, there was just so little amount of people there to protect the spike. They had to be careful of the flank. With only a short there available, not enough space in order to get the diffuser on that plant. The wall came up as well, and now the buy for the side of DA. They're looking to keep this ball rolling.
Up straight through. They're gonna peek 5 people into the same dude, and Andrew, of course, is gonna take him out. Lives another straight through the smoke. It's another burst out and another kill. 3 for so far in the round. There's no ace, not even possible. But Teddy straight up wants the next one, and Replay though tries to answer back. 74 HP, even the spot on another player, but the shots are not good enough, and Ad takes him out.
Replay almost clutched that one out. He got 2. The shots almost landed onto the 3rd. He took quite a bit actually in order to kill that Sky, but that's what you need. You got the round at least, even after the 3K actually. So 9-5 DA, momentum on their side. They need to keep this ball rolling. They bled out a lot of guns, but hey, if they can at least get some econ damage here in this next round, they'll be in a pretty good spot. The only problem is those Sky Seekers, they are available. They can clear out so much space on this attacking half and just get your team onto the site in and of itself.
Oh my, well, it took them a hot second to shoot that dart, but we're fine. Just fine, just almost fine. Astra. Creep. Hello. Bit risky. Follow the dog, goes the Jets. Oh, she's been bitten. There should be no chance. Lucky that she got damage on Gen even, but there's an ulti again. Like the Sky that you mentioned before, gets a bit of curious towards U-Haul. This is the slowest round that we've seen in a very, very long time.
Ooh, Winchester gets the bot, so now they have to be careful of the flank, but he'll just be able to evacuate. Now it's a question of decision making. Where does Team Shiiiish go? Do they end up going onto the A site where there's 3 people left? Do they try and rotate out?
Oh, they got 1 pick. It's good. Can does get removed, but Operator still watching the short position, and the dart should end up spotting Ad in this corner. He needs to vacate himself from that unsafe position. Puts himself behind Triple, which technically again can be wallbanged, but weaker than in the corner. But Teddy comes out with 2 great kills, and Replay once again tries to have an answer back. Plant going down, and another jump. Teddy is now ending up waking up all the way through, has the res, perhaps another one, but he's completely blind right now. Lands the right click even, has 5 frags, doesn't end up landing the 6K, but it doesn't matter. It's 5 kills for the Jet on Divine Ascension for number 6 in the round.
I was gonna say, this isn't looking too good. Teddy was actually at the bottom of the scoreboard throughout this entire game so far. I talked about him kind of dashing in, being a little bit desperate on the first half of this game, but he comes up huge. He's able to just pick these members off one by one and get the knives available to just go on the aggressive. The res was actually used by Andrew Shiiiiish as well and punished subsequently. And now you can tell Teddy's feeling it just by his movement. He's ready. Aim is 90% confidence, and now he's got that 90%.
Man, honestly, if only Divine Ascension were attacking right now, if they started defense in the first half, we'd have very, very nice scoreline. But that's not the case. And speaking of nice, Teddy hits a very nice shot to Andrew up at that long B position. I mean, he's just getting aggressive. Teddy walks all the way out. Andrew walks all the way out. And Toucan up inside the showers has done a lot of damage against the next guy. Wibes the spray through the smoke is able to secure that kill. So they want to challenge this guy. Flash misses. They try and recover. It's not to be, and it's absolutely spotless for the side of DA.
Yeah, that was big from the side of DA. Not just the fact that they win the round, the fact that they win it flawlessly. It felt like even when Team Shiiiiish was on those saves, on those half buys, DA tend to just drop guns, drop a lot of kills, but this time they get the flawless, they secure their econ, and they don't give any ultimate charges to the enemy team except for the ones that they get from their death. Teddy is alive and well, and you can see how they kind of changed up their strats a little bit. Teddy just anchored up that B main, got a couple kicks, a couple kills for himself. We saw Wibes actually bring a teammate there, and Toucan and Wibes went up huge in showers. They're fixing their mistakes little by little, and this is how DA can come back into this game.
Scanning ahead.
Shot missed. Other unconventional one. Silver, he's sitting right behind this box, and it's a risky place to sit because you can get wall banged quite easily out of there. But if they don't care, then it really doesn't matter. Gen's already got a kill on that B. Maybe a second. That is some timing. Hectic timing. Pulls out a slow just at the worst timing because everyone actually walks past this time. And another. How is this guy getting so unlucky? It doesn't even matter. Andrew's the one. You can call that an outskilling, but that one definitely replay deserves that any day of the week. Toucan just misses his shots, and there's really nothing to say about it. And speaking of missing, another one missed. Well, Bird is good, but Wibes is a fast enough reaction time to hold the sting, hold the scope, and hold he does. Spots out a shoulder, but Wibes does have a great shot into him with that headshot angle, but he's at a so low HP. There should be no way, and there isn't. Kevin removes him again, and Shiiiiish stopped the bleeding.
Yeah, stop the bleeding first round in this second half. And you talked about unlucky. This is supremely unlucky. You would have actually gotten the spray down onto at least one, but the slow push actually was also too late to prevent them from getting onto the site. So the slow was pretty much for naught. And then he ends up throwing another slow only to give his life away and give the enemy team the site. That's unlucky by Ad. You know, it's unlucky to bleed out that round, but hey, you still have that economy built up. And now it's a double operator setup here, Anton. Winchester and Teddy both have one. They're using these expensive guns to make sure they can lock down these sites.
Oh, problem is he can't go for the spam now. He's only got one bullet to fire. Has to make sure it lands, and it's never guarantee that in this kind of situation.
So far, a little slower. Team Shiiiiish, this is the thing about them. They don't have the duelists to just go all the way in and get the trade denial. They have to play this a little bit more methodical on their attacking sides, as they have to combo their utility well. That knife actually might have given away Toucan, because the sound cue was given over, and Genshin should know that he's here.
I think it's how long is this wall gonna last? Maybe another 5 seconds. No, not even. Gonna go right through, and Toucan even peeks on out, but Replay's got the support from his teammates still in that astral positioning, and Gen Acid was, oh no, Ad was spraying, and he gets read straight through by another player on the other side. Flash through, and a peek, missed shots, another Bird going out, and he wants to go for a fake flash, but instead flashes himself in turn, and reminds me of me, to be honest, except for that one instant headshot. A lot better now at this pace. 1 versus 5 now. Replay's got a single kill up that spawn, but Kevin removes the final one. Wibes doesn't have anything to say about this one.
A little bit surprising that in that 3 versus 5 scenario, DA don't just go for the save. They have 2 operators in their hands, and operators are already bad on a retake. Even worse when you have no space in order to retake on. So it's just not working out well for them. They get flashed, they get pushed, they get killed, and that's so much money given away to the other side. 11-7. As you said, momentum back in the side of Team Shiiiish. They're 2 away from winning out this map, setting us into a game 4.
It's so possible. I mean, after the first 2, I was like, oh, there's no way. There's honestly not a chance. Given how one-sided Shiish's map pick was, and this time back on Divine Ascension, that's a very, very good start for the defense. Finally, Teddy gets aggressive once more, and he has some success outside showers.
Oh, but talk about aggression. Winchester's here. He's on the
What?
big flank. I think this drone spots him, though. They should see that flash. This doesn't tell them anything.
They hear the flash, which means they know he's there, but the turret doesn't shoot because it's nearsighted.
Yeah, either way, he's in this position.
Oh!
And he's on the aggressive.
No, okay. I would have flipped the table if he managed to pull that off. And even so, thank goodness, Shiiiish recover. They've got it. They have to have the round. There's a player here still. It's 1-1 on each side, but they go towards the Sage. He's running back. He needs to win the fight, and he gets 1. Sprays him down, and even more. Doesn't manage the second, though. Andrew has the headshot. HP is not that low. 1 still waiting. Silver being kept here, lurking all along, and Toucan runs straight into his crosshair.
Yeah, that's the default there from Shiiiish. This is what their team is good at. They played a flawless, pretty much defensive half at 9-3. And when you're pushing into them like this, like, yeah, you have these 2 duelists, you can take these aggressive fights, but they're pretty much playing defense when they're just stuck in market, waiting for you to push into them, and it gives them match point. Now 1 round away from winning out map 3. 4 ultimates are in the hands of DA, though, and they have to play a perfect game. They need to come back into this, but they don't have a lot of money to do it. Teddy has the knives, the rest of them on Spectres. And let's see if Teddy can tap some heads.
Oh, there's the first. Goes for 1 more, and he knows he lands some damage on the second player, but the flash is good.
They're both flashed.
He flashes himself again. Second blind. Not as good this time. And another right click. Third one for Teddy. Goes for even more. This is deja vu all over again. On for the ace once more. It doesn't manage to land it just at the end, but he gets saved by Wives. And even the recovery for the quad kill. 8 rounds now for DA. They stay alive. 1 more.
You're terrible.
Now, how many times does a replay flash himself when he needs to flash the enemy team? I feel like it's just kind of giving away kills, or at least a little bit more time for their other team to regroup, and gotta clean up those flashes just a little bit. Teddy, though, he goes huge. He doesn't even need to tap the heads because the right click is in his favor. He gets 3 kills, able to push in, isn't able to get the knife kill on the last, but it doesn't necessarily matter. 12-8, a lot of ultimates still on the table. Teddy's back on that operator. He's 16-16, but he's been able to hold down different lanes with it. This time he needs to come up huge yet again. He needs to come up huge in every single one of these next couple rounds to make sure that his team still has a chance.
Oh, what the heck is going on here? Toucan, he had 2 perfect tags on a silver, and even some distraction makes Winchester have 2 outside hookah as well. 7 bullets left in the magazine. The teleport comes out to try and pinch, but Replay has the cover for the teammate. Toucan gets shut down. Hookah cover still available for Teddy. He's got the pixel angle and a shot straight through. Gets Replay and the second onto Kevin. Now, very quickly, the tables seem to have turned in favor of DA.
2 duelists are not necessarily supposed to be able to hold a site, but Teddy and Winchester, hey, it might as well be duelists with just the amount of kills that they have been getting, especially Winchester. Even in the maps previously, it feels like when odds are stacked against him, he's still able to get that multi-frag kill just based on the timing, just based on the angle, and could win out a round just by himself. 12-9, momentum has shifted towards DA, Anton, but might I remind you, 1 mistake, all it takes is that 1 round going the way of Shiiiish, and they still win out this map.
It's always possible. It's always possible. Never count on either of these 2 teams. Winchester, speaking of, he really does not want us to count him out. Pushes aggressively all the way out that hookah and looking towards long. That's how he gets that kill. Off shot. Rings out, understanding now by the side of the attack. Shiiiish just drop all the way back. Re-default. Look for their options.
Here.
A short operator's there.
Ah, Another shaky whiff there. That's what's been happening every time he does miss a shot, but up on top now. The up trap should have been heard, and the recon bold needs to get all the way back. No chance he plays anywhere in front of the truck at this point. Needs to recover after that information's given out. But Ad already with a wall bang. Replay gets taken out, and a return trade on the Kevin. But now looks like they're planning on maybe even taking the teleporter. Well, I mean, okay, Wives is dead, but
Nope.
30 seconds left.
okay. Well, goodbye.
Winchester.
Maybe another good night is right underneath. Winchester, oh, he gets checked, but the dismiss. There's no way he can get out alive, right? He just gets it taken out, but it's still a 2 versus 3. 2 players already in this position, ready for anyone to walk across, but a wall. Ooh, Andrew wants to go for some tricky stuff up on top of the box, which could get a bit risky, but there goes a recon dart. Not going to spot absolutely anything. And still inside the wall goes Andrew. A second one. Beautiful headshot from both players. And this might have been the mistake that they ended up making, because now it's a 1 versus 2. Spot from Teddy. Knows that Andrew is creeping his way all the way around, but it's all up to timing at this point. Gets the kill. Andrew doesn't recover in time, but Silver playing this long position has every single advantage right now. Has even the Hunter's Fury, and he tags Teddy. Even gets off the Hunter's Fury. Goes for the regular peek, and he secures the frag and the map. Team Shiiiiish come out with Divine Ascension in shackles.
Yeah, that's so close. 9-3 half with Team Shiiiiish leading on DA's map pick of all things, but it doesn't matter. It still works out so well for Team Shiiiiish. They're able to close it out, and they're going to send us to a map 4.
I mean, like you mentioned, right? It's that time on Bind specifically, Divine Ascension with their backs against the wall. But this time in the series as a whole, they're still 2-1 up. They've still got the advantage into this. So we'll have to see if Team Shiiiiish can actually make their way all the way back. We mentioned before, it has to be a reverse sweep if they want to take the grand finals. We'll find out what's going to happen after this quick break.